Well, there were some big debates at City Hall this year. Tonight, we want to take a look back at some of them and look ahead to what is expected for 2026. Councillors approved the plan for Lansdowne 2.0. The LRT East extension is set to open in the new year, and the city is grappling with how to deal with some major issues: homelessness, crime, and housing, all among them. Joining us in studio for our year-end interview is Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Great to see you, Patricia.
Quite a year, a busy year. Do you feel relief to have the Lansdowne 2.0 debate and vote behind you?
I'm very pleased at how that went and the outcome. I think it's been a great year for the City of Ottawa on a number of different fronts. We've worked hard on a lot of different issues. Lansdowne was just one of them, but I'm really excited that we're moving forward with this terrific city building project, and we're already starting to hear from event organizers about when the new event center is going to be open, how soon can they bring their events to our city. So it's going to be a major driver of tourism and economic activity in our city.
Was the situation with the Ottawa charge mishandled?
Well, I think it's really tough when you are developing plans for a new event center, and one of the many tenants that is using that center is negotiating a new contract and trying to get the best deal possible. And that's what we had going on with the Professional Women's Hockey League at that time. And they were trying to get the best deal possible. That I understand that. I'm a business person. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to drive a good deal and get the best possible outcome for their business. But we had a job to do as well. And I don't think we wanted to be in a situation where we were giving extra money to one of the tenants at Lansdowne Park. And so, we'll work it out. We'll figure out a solution. The Ottawa Charge are here to stay. I know that there are people interested in supporting the team, potentially buying the team. They continue to draw strong crowds. There's a future in Ottawa for the Charge no matter what.
And potentially still at Lansdowne.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Talking about a job to do, let's talk about the job the police have to do, which is, of course, is a big one. That budget debate was also pretty animated. They do have more money, but there's a lot of work. It's a big city. And then the loss of photo radar for the city and the money that brings in, does that add to the workload for an already strapped Ottawa Police Service in terms of a different approach on traffic calming?
It's challenging, and as you know, I didn't agree with the provincial government's decision to remove photo radar. We found that in particular in school zones, it was an effective way of reducing speeding, of making people comply with the speed limits. I think safety is our number one objective, especially for children. So I'm disappointed that that's the outcome, but we have to adapt and we have to work with that, and so we will. The police are serving a growing community. They're serving a significantly larger city than any other city in Canada, if you look at the major cities. So they have a lot of ground to cover. We need to give them the resources they need to do their job. So we're going to hire more police officers. We're going to hire more special constables. We're moving to a district policing model that will serve every part of the community. So there's a lot of good things happening. But policing is not the only solution to our challenges. We're investing in other solutions as well, like the Anchor program, which is designed to help people suffering from a mental health or a substance use crisis. Instead of sending the police, we're sending experts, mental health workers, people with expertise in that area. And that's proven to be effective in the neighborhood where we did the pilot project in Centertown, and we'll be expanding it to another community in Ottawa sometime in 2026.
It's been a terrible month internationally. There's been a lot of terrible stuff out there. We've had our own strife in Ottawa when it comes to hate and hate crimes, vandalism, a lot of that. The bubble bylaw back into the discussion for 2026?
Yeah, it really hits home when we see these incidents happening in our city. Vandalism, there was a stabbing at a grocery store. There was a hate-motivated incident on an OC Transpo bus a couple of months ago. We don't want that in our city. It has no place in our city. We must speak out against and fight against anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, hatred in all its forms. I'll be hosting a symposium early in the new year about how we build a kinder and more inclusive city. I'll be bringing people together for that. And then, as you mentioned, we will be talking again about the so-called bubble bylaw, which would protect schools, religious institutions, other gathering places, just to give a boundary around those areas where demonstrations cannot take place. We understand that people have the right to demonstrate. In Ottawa as the national capital, there are always going to be political demonstrations, but I think most people would agree that when you're dropping your kids off at school, you don't want there to be a political protest that's taking place in that area. When you're going to a church or a mosque or a synagogue, you don't want to have to walk through a demonstration to do so. So there's a place for those kinds of demonstrations, and we're going to see what the debate is like, but I'm hoping that we can bring something forward that will protect those vulnerable cultural spaces.
All right, a couple of quick ones here before you go. LRT and that East Extension, early 2026. How soon are we looking at?
Well, we'll open it when it's ready and not one day sooner. We're not going to make the mistake of rushing to an arbitrary deadline, but we're making progress and we're hearing good results. So it's going to have to go through rigorous testing before we accept the system from the people who are building it. I'm hopeful that it will be early in 2026. And I think, Patricia, that has the potential to be a real game changer for LRT, because Line 1 right now goes from Tunney's Pasture to Blair. This is going to take it deep into Orleans, and it's going to be a game changer for the residents of Orleans, where instead of being in their car on the 174, they'll have the option of taking the train. And I think they're going to see the train as a much faster solution. They'll probably be able to get downtown in 35 or 40 minutes, where at rush hour it might take over an hour in their cars. Those trains are going to be zooming past the cars on the 174. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a game changer for public transit in Ottawa.
And who's on there? Who's getting downtown? You had this great conversation with the Prime Minister recently, a breakfast attended by 1,100. He seemed very comfortable with you. He made some news talking about that there would be chats with the unions in the new year. There'd be a sharper focus on whether there was a change to the hybrid work model. There you guys are, the Mark and Mark show right there. How vociferous have you been in your appeal to him to see public servants return to work and be a part of the mix in our city?
I've never asked the federal government to do anything to change its plans in any way with regard to federal government workers. That's their business. It's between them and their employees and their unions. All I've said is that if more people are coming downtown, whether it's to work or to go to events, it's better for the downtown economy. So if there are more people coming downtown, that's great for downtown businesses. It's great for the vibrancy of our downtown, but I've never made any requests to the federal government in that regard.
Not even casually in conversation with him?
No, absolutely not. But at the same time, if more people are coming downtown, it's going to be great for the city of Ottawa, and we'll be ready for it. We're ready to adjust our public transit. We're ready to, to handle the larger number of people coming downtown, and I think it'll be good for the local economy. All
right, last thing. You also made a little bit of entertainment news this year on my favorite show. Here it is, this poor guy on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Carleton University.
I love the look on his face right here. This is great.
If it was you, Ottawa, I think he might have gotten it. Any plans to run for mayor in Chicago anytime soon, assuming not another run here in Ottawa next year?
Yes, I intend to run again for another term. The election's still a long way off. Lots of people are asking me about it because 2026 is an election year, but it's not till the end of October. And I still have a lot of work to do. I was given a mandate of 4 years by the people of Ottawa, and we're only 3 years into that now. So I'm continuing to work hard every day to do the job that residents elected me to do. We still have a lot of work to do on affordability, on housing, on public safety, on public transit, on supporting the most vulnerable. I've got lots of issues that I want to get to in the early part of 2026. So I'm hard at work on that and not really focused on the election.
I hope you have a wonderful holiday, a little break from all of that, but I'm sure we'll talk again before election time. Thanks so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and all your viewers. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you enjoy.